Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to take the Potensic Dreamer Pro up now for a test flight because there's been some firmware updates that they've released since I last did a video on it. I wanted to see how these updates affected the way it flew. In my original test flight, I noticed that the drone kind of wobbled when it was hovering, and they supposedly have fixed that in the most recent update. They've done some PID tuning, I imagine, to the flight controller to try to see if they can stabilize that. So we'll have to see how that does when we take off here. There's also another update. It did two updates from the main screen in the app. The second one was a update to the camera that's supposed to stop freezing issues. I noticed when I was filming my flight review back whenever there was snow on the ground, that there was several times in the video where there was a very small, maybe half-second, quarter-second pause in the video, which is a big no-no. You can't have that. They fixed that. Something to do with, you know, the data rates or something on the camera. I don't know. Something was causing it to freeze, and I have a very fast SD card, and other people reported this as well, so it wasn't something to do with my SD card. Then if you know, those main updates will come up on the app screen when you first, the Potensic app first loads up. But it's always a good idea to go then into the settings in the About app section. And sometimes you'll see in there, and I'll put a screenshot of all the firmware versions that I got from that screen in the app. I'll put it up here. But if you get in there, sometimes you'll find there's an update in there that it still needs to do that it didn't do for some reason. And there was a third update that I found in there that's for the PTZ camera, the pan, tilt, zoom. Something to do probably with tuning the motors on the gimbals, but I think. Probably a very minor update. But those are the three updates that I've done. So again, I'll show you on the screen there at some point the different firmware versions of all the different parts of the drone, the camera, flight controller, all that stuff. So you can see what version we're using. So let's go ahead and we'll take it up, hover it, and see how it goes. Let's see, I think we see there's a long press, start the motors, yeah. And it takes off. And let's see how it hovers. So I'm gonna take it up a little bit higher. After we do this, we'll bring it back down, and I'll start recording some video. I can still see some of that wobble, but it doesn't appear to be as severe. Now, there is not a lot of wind today. There's a little crosswind here, gentle wind right now. Let's just, yeah, that definitely does look better. It was almost like it was hopping, though I think it could use a little more tuning. It's very stable. It's not wandering around or anything. You can just sometimes see a bit of that, you know, that little bit of vibration, but it definitely looks better to me. Though I can't say 100% certain until I could fly it to higher wind, probably. That's when it was really, really bad. Yeah, that looks pretty nice, guys. So what I'm gonna do now is I'll go ahead and we'll bring it down and land it. And I want to start recording some video. It's easier to sync up your video when you're taking off the ground than try to figure it out at some point when you're flying. So I'll go ahead and I'll start recording some video. We'll take it back out. That way we can test to see not only how does the video look, which we're going to be recording at 4K at 30, but do we get that pausing in the video? Now I'm filming in 4K at 60 frames per second with my head cam, so I'll stick with that. But the 4K at 30 footage will look just identical. It'll just double the frame rates. It'll look just the same to you guys. But that way I can keep the 4K at 60 so everything looks nice and smooth to you guys from my head cam. So let's go ahead and start recording video. Let's go ahead and do another auto takeoff. Okay. We'll just fly it out here a ways. We won't make this video too long. I'd fly it out this way a ways towards the county fairgrounds. Let's see how it looks. I don't have it real high in altitude here, guys. I'm up about 50 feet, out about 300. 400 now, so we'll go to the onboard video here. So obviously I can't see it in the head. You're not going to see it in my head cam. I can see it here with my eyes, but we're going to be going out towards the limit of line of sight. Now I'm just in regular mode. We can kick it into sports mode here in a second if we want to, and that'll really pick up the speed. We'll probably get some props in the video though when you do that. Out of these fairgrounds here is where they've been doing the vaccination clinics for COVID. So people would come in their cars to the county fairgrounds, pull in, and they get vaccinated, I think, out of your car window on your arm, and then they make you wait 10 minutes or 15 or whatever to make sure you have no adverse reactions, and then you're good to go. Let's click it over into sport mode and see how much we pick up. I can really see it's picking up there in speed. So we're out towards the end of this field. Even in sport mode, this drone doesn't seem to be the fastest, but again, this is a drone meant for filming, so it's not meant to be a sport drone, in my opinion. But yeah, we got a nice solid feed. There's a little video lag, but it's not much different than what I get on, like, say, my Altel Evo. Trying to keep line of sight where I can barely see that out there, but also to get a good path between the remote and the drone. If I stood behind my house here and I did this, it'd be tough to be able to keep a good signal. Let's turn it here. Kind of turn it around this way. We're getting some breakup now. I gotta see which way we're facing here. I think I'm facing away now. I had a bit of a breakup, so. I think I'll just call it back home, guys. Got a bit of breakup, so it's. We'll see if it comes. There we go. I was kind of facing away, but some of the breakup was causing me to lose it, and I couldn't see. I don't know who that is there. Here we go. I'm not sure if someone pulled in my driveway. I don't know who that was. And I can't go talk to him because I'm flying my drone. So I don't know who that was. Yeah, here we go, guys. Just flying back our way. Sorry about that. I was a bit thrown off by that. I don't know too many people around here, especially in this new subdivision, so I don't know who that was that pulled into the driveway. Maybe he had the wrong house. All right, here we go. It's flying back now. So I did lose visual, and that's why I wanted to make sure I turned around, because you want to stay in line of sight. But when you turn the drone, the antenna on the drone will often become orientated differently. So as it's coming back, as you turn, you may lose video feed. And this happened to me last time I flew over this way. Once I turned the drone, then I lost the video feed. So here we're coming right up here. I can hear it. The drone should be somewhere right up in here. I'm trying to spot him now. Here he comes. I wasn't too worried because I know I'm within line of sight for certain now. Fly it back here and we'll land and see how it does here. Let it come on down and land. And that should be good enough to end this video. We can see the this flight stability, and of course the camera, to make sure we didn't get any freezes in this video. Let's see, I don't know, I didn't mark where I took off. Whoa, that was pretty close. I think I was over to the left maybe a few feet. Let's go ahead and we'll stop video. All right, guys, that should be a pretty good test. If you're a Potensic Dreamer Pro owner and maybe you haven't updated the drone yet, because sometimes people are worried you update a drone and then you know, you're worried to do it because you think it might actually cause problems. And trust me, that does happen, even to DJI. Sometimes a firmware update, it's best to almost wait. Sometimes you feel like you're a beta tester. But we'll see. I mean, flight-wise, it looked great. We'll just see how that video looks on board on the drone. Or if you're interested in purchasing this drone and you want to know how it works, some of you may be checking out this because you are been browsing Amazon and you've been considering this drone. I'm super impressed with it. You can't find another Amazon exclusive, and by that I mean this drone's pretty much only sold on Amazon. With a gimbal that films as good as this, you're not going to find. Yeah, the DJI drones and that you can find out anywhere. Those are fine, and those are the best of the best. But if you're interested in maybe something besides DJI and you want to get some from Amazon, this drone's about as good as you're going to get. It is a little bit pricey. I think it's in the upper 300s or something. So basically, if you're looking for a really nice filming drone that can do 4K with a good Sony sensor, it's going to kind of be between this and the Mavic, the Mini 2, in terms of really good drones at this price range. This is a lot like the Fimis. The Fimi X8 SE, like 2020, is also in this price range, but this drone, I think, is probably a little bit better, believe it or not. It doesn't have quite the range, but I don't have any crooked horizon. And the Fimi X8 and the X8 SE and SE 2020 both have crooked horizons at times, which is just a real deal breaker at times. And this drone doesn't have that. So if you're interested in this drone, guys, a purchase link down to Amazon. If you do purchase anything through my channel, help support my channel. It's just a very, very tiny commission from Amazon. I mean, it's literally nothing, but it does help support the channel to where I can continue to get things and show you guys and always give you guys a nice, honest review. So that wraps it up, guys. Be sure if you're new to the channel, you consider clicking the subscribe button. When you do that, also click the bell so you're notified when I do upload new videos. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day.
The power of the dark side.